Yay, okay, I'm recording. Okay, so here we go. You ready to make your first game? We can make a game in 20 minutes or less. I've done this with 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. Guarantee if I can teach a group of about 30 5th graders how to do this, I can teach you guys how to do this in 20 minutes or less. Okay, over on the left side, you have folders. See the folders? Sprites, sounds, backgrounds, paths, scripts, fonts, time, yep, all that stuff. That's folders you're going to store stuff in that you make. The top has a toolbar. Let's see, a little piece of paper. I don't know, what is that, new something? Here's what we need to know. See the green arrow? Green arrow tests your game. Red arrow, I think it creates an executable. Red Pac-Man. Red Pac-Man creates a sprite or a picture. Sound, there's a little speaker, you can create a sound. There's a little picture, that's how you make a background image. A little squiggly arrow to make a path, to make, a character move on his own. Then there's some other stuff, and then there's a big blue ball. Big blue ball is important. Big blue ball makes an object from your pictures. And a big white box creates a room. So, those are the main things that you need to know. Let's go back to Red Pac-Man. Click on Red Pac-Man. You there? Clicked on Red Pac-Man? Mr. Long?
Yep.
Got Red Pac-Man? Okay. Okay, so here's where we're going to make a sprite. We're going to make a sprite. We're going to make a little happy smiley face. And I'm going to go and click on Edit Sprite. Click on Edit Sprite. Brings up something like this. Mac people, you might have a little something here. I've got a little something here. I'm going to click on the little piece of paper up next to the green check mark. Do I need to turn off that other light? Okay. Here it says width and height, 32, 32, that's pixels. Pixels on the screen. That's pretty small, but that's okay for what we're doing. I'm going to leave it 32 by 32. I clicked OK, and now I have this little checkerboard. We're not done yet. We still can't make nothing. We have to double click on the little checkerboard. Double click. Now we have our editor. Are we there yet? Okay. I'm going to make this bigger. There's a little magnifying glass up here. I'm going to make that just a little bit bigger. It doesn't really matter how big. That's how big I'm going to make it. I'm going to go over here to my tools on the left side, and I'm going to choose a circle. And I'm going to draw this big circle in there. There's my circle. I'm going to make 2 more circles. And I'm going to make a mouth. There we go. I'm going to click on Paint Bucket tool over here at the bottom left. And I'm going to click on a color over here on my right. Then I'm going to put some color in there. I'm going to click on a couple more colors. There's some color. I'm going to grab a pencil. I got black already. There's my eyes. And I'm done. Okay, I'm going to teach you guys just like I would teach a class. There I am. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to come around and see where you guys are at. If you guys aren't there and if you guys got other games up and playing, you're in trouble. Now again, it really doesn't matter.
So how did you do that? You do that and then...
Oh. Folder 11111. It should be in there. That one will. Okay.
I'm here and I can't do it. Ooh. You guys got a frown, it's no good.
I left mine at my desk. Didn't go to school this morning.
Sorry, let's do the car. Okay, you got tired of carrying around.
The studio is new and it looks way different. So just warn you. It's got like a black interface and all these, all those tools, instead of being in these awesome red Pac-Man blue ball, they're like all gray. So just forewarn you. That's why I like the older version, especially teaching younger people. Okay, so you got your face done, right? Who said no?
I'm still waiting for the download.
Oh, you're still, wait, the Gamemaker?
Yes.
Here. The folder on there is just labeled 111111. Should be on there. Okay, so I'm finished with my smiley face. I'm moving on here because we're running out of time. You guys need to make a game. Smiley face is done. So I clicked on the green check mark and I got back to here. I'm going to click on the green check mark again. Got back to here. I'm going to, up here it says name. Name sprite, happy. I don't know. Whatever. Bad, sad, mean guy. Whatever you want to do it. Then I'm going to click OK. Are you with me? Those of you that have it up and working, right? Yep. Okay. So I clicked OK. Now I'm back to the main screen. If you look over to the left under your folders, you'll have under Sprites folder, you have a little happy face there now. Okay. There's your sprite. That's just an image. That's nothing more than a picture. We have to make the picture into an object. How do we make it into object class? What do we click on? What tool? The blue ball. Click on the blue ball. It brings this up. I'm going to name it the same thing as I named the sprite. So I named my sprite Happy, so I'm going to name this Happy. If I want to make sure that it's different, which if you really get involved with game making, you do want to name them differently. They typically say to name one like Happy _ SPR for sprite and Happy _ OBJ for object. I really don't care. I don't get that involved with this, so I'll call it just Happy. Maybe Happy 1. There we go. Now, underneath the name, it says Sprite, no Sprite. There's a little piece of paper with an icon on it. I'm going to click on that, and it gives me my sprite to choose. There, now I have my sprite attached to an object. It is an actual object. I'm going to make it solid. There's a little checkbox underneath that says solid. Okay? So I'll go back and I'll review. I named it Happy 1. Same name as my sprite. Right here, I clicked on a little thing under sprite, and it gave me the happy smiley face to choose. Then I went under that, and I clicked on the solid box. So now he's a solid shape. Okay? Now, I have to go back and make another sprite. I got a good guy. By the way, the game we're making is just a simple click game. The guy moves around the room. You click on the guy. It gives you some points. He disappears, reappears, moves a little bit faster. But we need to make a room. The room has to be contained, so I need to make at least one more sprite. So how do we make a sprite again? Red Pac-Man. I'm going to leave this window open because I need to come right back here. But I'm going to click on Red Pac-Man. It's going to open a new window on top of that. And I'm going to make, let's see, a new sprite. I'm going to click on Edit Sprite. Click on the little piece of paper. Or if you got a Mac, I think there's a little thing right here you double click on. Sprite. Yep, there we go. Okay, there we go. Image 0. I'm going to double click. It opens up this editor. I'm going to make it bigger. And I'm just going to make a brick. So I'm going to choose a square. There we go. There's my brick. I'm done. It doesn't have to be any more difficult or complicated than that. I'll give you 30 seconds counting down now to get your brick done. 30, 29, 28, 27. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Make a square. Were you able to get that app?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to catch up.
Okay. Good. Were you guys able to get the app?
Yeah. Well, I'm still trying to figure out. I was going to get my first Friday. Oh, I haven't died yet. Paper? Yeah, okay. I want a lot bigger Friday.
I've got to go to school grades. They're done with their second try. Yeah, but they record.
I'll go back now. Got your box, got your square? Okay, I'm moving on. If you're not there, too bad. Okay, how do I get out of this and save it? What do I click on? Green check mark takes me out. Green check mark again. Oh, did I name it? I forgot to name it. Up here, name. I'm just going to name it brick or block or whatever. Then I click OK. Now I'm back to my happy face. Oh, wait, I got to make the brick an object too. How do I make an object? Blue ball. There we go. Object name, brick. I'll call it brick 1 just so it's separate from the sprite. Sprite, got to choose a sprite. There's my brick. Right there. I'm going to make the brick solid, obviously. And I'm done with the brick. The brick doesn't have any properties or anything, so I'm just going to click OK on the brick. Now I'm back to my happy smiley face. I'm going to wait. If there's anybody not at the happy smiley face, raise your hand. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Just trying to catch up or need help?
Yeah, I don't know where. I'm just one step behind.
Okay.
What about second or something?
Okay. But happy and sad. Yeah. Good. Okay. All objects. If you lose your spot, look over at your folders on the left, and you'll see the objects folder. Double click on the icon that you that has your little sprite in it.
I'm just listening.
All right. Here's what I need to do. I'm under the object happy face, and I need to set up some events and actions. So here's what I'm going to set up. I'm going to add event, create, little light bulb at the top. Meaning when the game starts, this happy guy is going to be created. When he's created, here's the if and then. Oh, do I need to back up a second? I went down here, clicked on add event at the bottom of the screen. So add event, create. So it gave me an event create. So here's my if. If the character's created, my action, then what's going to happen? Then I'm going to make him move. There's a little red directional button up here on the right side. I'm going to click and drag that into my actions panel. So I just dragged in the red move tool into the actions panel. It brought up a new window. So here's something it says applies to self. Self meaning my happy face. Applies to self. The directions I want it to move, well, this is going to be a game where he moves on his own. So I'm going to click every darn direction under the sun, except for the center. The center is no move. So I leave that one unclicked and I click every other direction. I have to give this character a speed. The speed is going to be, I don't know, I'm just going to say 5 to be safe. By the way, relative, usually what relative means is add. I don't want this to add right now.
Add what?
Add a speed.
Oh.
I'm just going to leave them alone at 5. So, okay, directions are all chosen except for the center. Applies to self. Speed of 5. I'm going to click OK. There we go. He starts moving in a direction. Well, I need to be able to click on him and give myself some points and make him disappear and reappear and start moving again and start going faster. So, add events, mouse. And then it gives me some more options here. I'm going to go, I don't know, just left click, left button. So here's my if and then. If I click the left button on the character, then what's going to happen? Then he's going to jump to a new location. Over here on my panel, over here on the right, you'll see jump with like little red arrows. And if I hover over them, it tells me what they do. First one is jump to position. Second one is jump to start. Third one is jump to random. I want him to jump to a random spot. So it's the X with the red arrow pointing to a question mark. I'm going to drag that into my actions panel. Applies to self, snap horizon, snap vertical. I'm not going to mess with that. I'm just going to click OK. So he's going to jump to a new location inside my room. Don't need to worry about where, what, when, or why. All I know is it's going to happen. Okay? Now I need to enter some more things underneath this action. When he jumps to that new position, he is also going to start moving again. So I'm going to move the red move directional thing in there again. Click every direction again. Speed. That's up to you. I'm going to leave mine at 5, but this time I'm going to click relative because when he reappears, he's going to start moving faster. When he jumps to that new position, he'll start moving faster to make the game have a point, have a challenge to it. Okay? Every direction, speed of 5, relative. I'm going to click OK. I want to give myself some points for this task, for this job that I'm doing. So over here on my panel on the right, you'll notice at the very, very edge, there's tabs. We are on the Move tab. There's Main 1, Main 2, Control, Score. So I'm going to go down to the Score tab, and it's going to open up all this stuff here. Up top, there's a little gray box with little yellow dots. It says Set Score. I'm going to drag that in. Set Score, I'm going to give myself a score of 10. I'm going to click Relative because I want it to add each time that this action occurs. Click OK. One more thing I need my little guy to do has nothing to do. Let's see. Okay, if I click the button, it's going to jump to a random position, start moving in any direction he wants, and it's going to give me a score of 10. You know what? Sometimes it matters. The order of all this over here matters sometimes. So I might select this set score and put the set score to the top. That way it gives me the score before he jumps to the new position, because it might glitch. The game might glitch and think that, oh, I got to jump to the new position, but it might forget to give you the score. So I'm going to put the score to the top. I just clicked it and dragged it up to the top. Okay, I'm done with that. Now I'm going to add one more event. And this one is collision. My happy face is going to collide with the brick or the block, whatever. When it collides with the block or the brick, it's going to just bounce. So I'm going to go back up to my Move tab here, and there should be one that says bounce. Yes, there's a blue line with a red arrow. Looks like the letter K. And it just says bounce. So I'm just going to drag in bounce. Applies to self, meaning the happy face. Precise? No, not precisely. Against solid objects? Yes, because it was solid already. We're good to go. I'm going to click OK. Do we have a game yet? No, we don't have a room yet. We got to create a room. I'm going to click OK here. Are we okay, or do I need to slow down? Does anybody need help? Am I moving too fast?
Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
Oh, yeah, there you go. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? Again, I'm recording this. I'll put it up on Edmodo later tonight, so you can always refer back to it and use it. Heck, I don't even care. You can just hit the play button and leave your classroom, go sit in the teacher's lounge. They can follow along if they want. I've done that before. No, not really. Okay, I'm going to click OK right here. Now I'm back to the main screen. I need to make a room. How do I make a room? Do you remember I said a long time ago? White square at the top. Yeah. A for the day.
Thanks.
Good job. Sitting in the front does help, doesn't it? Okay, so it brings up this really goofy screen here. The gray area in here is my room. By the way, I always try to scoot out a little bit. I remember working on the Macs. For some reason, the Mac didn't show my whole room. I don't know why. The PC always shows my whole room, but the Mac didn't. So if you have a Mac, you might definitely want to just hit the little minus zoom out button just to zoom out at least one time to see if you have the whole room. Down here on the left, you can actually click and pan around here in this gray area down on the left, and it'll pan around your room. Anyway, there's a lot of settings for backgrounds to put in a pretty picture, views to see what part of the room you view when the game starts, settings to make the room be like 1,000,000 miles wide and long and tall. I'm not going to worry about any of that in this tutorial. All I'm going to do right now is put in my brick. So right here, Objects, I'm on the Objects tab over here. I already knew that because there's the brick showing here. So I know the thing is active, and if I need to ever change it, right here it says brick 1. I can click on the little icon, the little blue thingy, and I can choose happy face brick. I'm just going to stick with the brick right now, and I'm going to click on the edge. Click on the edge. Click on the edge. Click on the edge. This takes forever to do. So I'm going to hold down the Shift key instead, and I'm going to hold down the click button at the same time, and then I'm just going to scroll with my finger. So I'm like driving a stick shift with 2 feet uphill. So there we go. And if it goes outside of the room, don't worry. Not a big deal. If it looks like a mess, that's okay. There we go. If you want to put bricks inside, you can, but don't make it too clustered, or your little happy, smiley, evil face guy is not going to be able to move too well. So I'm going to put a happy, smiley, evil face guy in there. To do that, I need to go back over here and click on this thing. Choose my happy guy. Put him in there, and then test my game. How do you test the game?
Green arrow.
The green arrow at the very top on your toolbar is how you test the game. Way up here in the top left. Green arrow, if you hover over, it says run the game. Once you got to that point, click that button. It'll pop up. It'll have a loading bar. It'll pop up, and it'll have your game. And at first, it'll be like it's not working. Click on the window to make it active, and then you should be able to play your game. If it doesn't work, it'll let you know.
didn't bounce, he didn't bounce.
He didn't bounce. He forgot the collision event.
He went out,
Or were there holes? Were there gaps between maybe?
so does he come back?
No, he doesn't come back. He's traveling infinitely in cyberspace.
He left.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
My guy went off the street and never came back.
Okay, so close that window.
And so I kept putting right on out of the stadium.
It does that. Okay, so go back into
I opened it out and there I went right out the door.
collision with. Go back to collision with, there you go, the bottom one. Yeah. There you go, now it's now it should work. Go and test it. There you test it. Green arrow should be Hey, click on him. Click on him. If your game is working well, you should be able to click on him. He should give you a score at the top of the screen. He should disappear and reappear somewhere else and move faster. Yes, sir. The window's always so small.
Well, I know, but
Now, again, I've taught this to fifth grade in like I did right now in a 20-minute period, and I've never geared it towards anything with a group that's that young and that little a time, but just the chance that they get to experience making their own game, making something work, maybe perking their interest, and oh, you know what, I can do this. Maybe I'll learn how to program and code, or maybe I'll learn something in the visual arts and transfer over the computer. Maybe someday that'll lead to a career in. That was enough for me. That was enough for me. But again, you could use this tool not only to make games, but apps. You can make apps. You can make different rooms with different buttons that you click on to do different things. It's incredible. On Edmodo, I left you with tons and tons and tons. I mean, I have a whole gig of information, video tutorials and sprites that you can use. You could actually just copy and paste it and put it somewhere where your kids could follow the tutorials and make their own. I think it's a space shooter. You fly around with a spaceman with a laser gun or something shooting aliens. Or built into Gamemaker, there's under the help file up top, there is tutorials right here. Your first game, which is this game that I just had you guys make, or a scrolling shooter, which I believe is like a little airplane game that has other airplanes flying at it with the background scrolling with the ocean and islands and stuff like that. It's incredible how easy it is once you learn the basics like this, or teach a group of kids to learn the basics like this. They hit the ground running and they go out and they find resources. There's hundreds of educational websites that you can find linked to Gamemaker with video tutorials, sprites, code that you can use. I had one kid, he made a Mario clone where Super Mario goes and has to fight Donkey Kong and throw barrels at him or something. And then he goes to save the princess and he says, I want fireworks. On my end screen, I want fireworks. I said, I don't know how to do that. I have no idea. Go find it, YouTube it, Google it. He did. He found out how to code. He found out how to code a little sprite that shoots up from the bottom, different colors, different times, and explode in a blew my mind away. He found that out overnight. He went home and did it on his own time. So there it is. Any questions? Any help that you need? I'll be around here for a while. Otherwise, you can always get a hold of me through Edmodo or through my email up on the board there. Okay? Thank you.
here's your,
Oh, yes.
So were you trying to recreate Thunderbird?
Oh, I did.
You did?
I did. It's not done yet, but it's Only it's flappy tight.
Oh, yeah. Here, you can write on my